give and they get. Then they run around town beating their chests like they forget. I can forget for now, but I won't never forget. No, love I feel, knowing the universe got my back. Whoa, love I feel, knowing that money gon' come right back.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. If you are here, please subscribe, like, comment, give us 5 stars on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts from. We're back with a OG internal. Haven't done one of these in a long time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah, long time. Yeah, it feels weird, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very weird to think back how we would just be fucking hyped to do this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would do these just so often. And when you were in Miami, like 5 in 3 days, 4 in 2 days, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, what is that? Is that just for the love of the game?
I don't know. I think, I guess expectations were a little different back then.
Yeah.
It was more just like for the fun of it and the growth. Now it's more like business-minded, like goal-oriented. So it obviously changed a little bit. But these are always good.
Every time.
Yeah.
I got something for us.
Let's hear it.
Start the episode off. So I'm sitting there right before you get in on the phone with my girl. And I'm not like... I really like I've made a conscious effort of trying to speak about relationships less, just because it's just like I don't know, it's not that guy, you know. I don't know. It's just like I spoke about it a lot for a lot of viral moments, but that was just because I went through a breakup at that time, you know. So like to go whatever, but anyway, long story short, I was just on the phone with my girl though, and bro, I was thinking about like, yo, why am I with you? Not like, why am I with you? Like, meeting my girl. Like, it had nothing to do with her. But it was just like, why have a relationship? So I guess my question to you is like, what do you think the point of a relationship is supposed to be?
Yeah, it's funny because I came with like a quote that I was going to like bring in, and like it really ties right into that.
Okay.
And, yeah, why have a relationship? Yeah, I saw 2 things that like can correlate with that. One was Jay Shetty, and he was speaking about this, and he was saying, you know, how hard it is to have a successful relationship. And he was like, you know, we grow up as kids, and we're raised by our parents, and they give you like a foundation, and you build your home with it, right? But, you know, there's bricks and stuff like that, but there's parts of you where there's some broken bricks, there's some missing pieces, you know, and there's stuff like that. And when we get into a relationship, we try to bring that partner, and we disregard that they came from a family and they have their own foundation and the way that they live their life. And we just want them to move into our home and live it our way. But he was like, the healthy way is to take the bricks, the good bricks from your home, and you guys build a foundation together. And when you think about that, like why you want a relationship, I mean, I feel like 1, nobody wants to be alone. And 2, it's like for the most part, I mean, it's a losing game. You know, it's a losing game. And that's the crazy part is like we continue to play this game even though like we know like the odds of failure are against us. And I think it's that. I think it's that feeling that you might find the one. You know, you might find the one, the love of your life. And that's been that fairy tale story love that we've heard since we were kids, like, you know. And when you hear people speak about it, you know, they get very emotional, and you can just see it in their eyes that when they found the right person. And I feel like a lot of people are chasing that. You know, we chase that feeling. We chase that person to have in your life because there are a lot of parts of your life where you do feel alone, you do feel empty, you do feel like you need someone to lean on, and you know, your parents can be there for you, but not all the time. You know, your friends can be there for you, but also not all the time. And I guess when you have a partner, that's really like your rock. And I think a lot of people just, they crave that, you know, you crave that feeling because when you are with someone that you truly love and you really adore them, I mean, like that feeling is unexplainable, you know, and that feeling is something that it is fleeting, like I said. So we're playing the losing game, and like once you have that feeling, it's like you always want that. But it's hard because it can be misleading, because there are times where you feel like that, but it's really not true. It's more just like that puppy love, that honeymoon stage, and then it fades.
Yeah.
And that's what steers people away. And I'll end with this. This was the quote, and it was actually, it's crazy. The guy that was talking on this, he was actually talking about like the love for his dog, and he was like, I always tell myself, you know, after my first dog died, like I'm not gonna do that again. And you know, push comes to shove, his buddy was like, can you watch this dog for 2 days? It's going to go into the shelter next week. And he was like, as soon as I saw it, I fell in love again. And he was like, we tell ourselves like we're not going to do it again when we get hurt. But, and then it says, why is it so beautiful that we try to win a game that we can only lose? A reminder, because we can sometimes forget we have an infinite capacity for love, and the inevitable pain is just proof that what you feel is real. And that's crazy, you know, because over and over we get hurt by people and situations, and we get our heart broken, and we think, I'll never put myself in that situation again. I never want to feel this feeling again. And then when that person comes around, you know, all that pain and all that trauma that you went through and the heartbreak, it goes away. You forget about it because you remember what it was like to actually feel that kind of love, and you want to feel it again. And over we get hurt, but you always want to give yourself that chance to feel that feeling again.
So really, at the end of the day, it's about like feeling the feeling of love.
I think so, you know, because but like also like love comes and goes too,
Right.
you know, so it's hard.
Because especially post, you know, honeymoon phase, then love, you know, I've just had it where even right now with my girl, you know, like I love her. She's amazing, but that love don't feel the same it did when we first started talking. I'm talking on I have a weird thing with this woman where I can kind of just like look in her eyes, you know, and it's a very weird, like the earth stops. But lately it hasn't been feeling like that. So when my girl asked me, like, she basically just said something to me before, and like this is why I want to lead the podcast, because she basically said something to me before and was like, do I make you feel better? And I instantly didn't think about it. I was like, no. And she's like, what? I was like, what? I was like, oh shit. I was like, is that how I really feel? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm fresh off the gym, the sauna. I do feel a little reactive, but like now, that's why I kind of wanted to open it up, because like, you know, I have a very weird thing with my girl. And just people in general, bro. I've kind of gotten to a weird place where I've realized, like, yo, the only person that can make me feel better is me. Like, it's very rare that, and it's almost zero, actually. Like, never do I really feel better from advice, because I really can't even use my words to articulate how I'm actually feeling. So even if I tell you, or say a therapist or a friend or whatever, whoever, how I'm feeling, I'm not even really explaining. The words can't explain the feeling completely. So I'm getting an answer that is a nice answer, but when I stop hanging out with that person, I just go right back to feeling the way I was feeling. So I've learned, like, for me, like, if I want to feel better, I have to do shit on my own. I have to let myself, like, I have to give my mind a chance to air out. You know, and I was thinking about my girl, and I was like, wow, like, not only do you not make me feel better, but you actually make me feel worse, because I use you like a drug. Like, I actually use you to avoid my pain and to avoid the things that are going wrong in my life. And like, can you imagine avoiding something like it's just so stupid. It seems cowardly. You know, it seems like I'm at school and I'm using someone else to hide from my pain rather than just face it head on. And that's why I want to lead with, like, why relationships? Because I'm not saying I don't believe in relationships. I do believe in relationships, but I also thought, you know, the best I ever felt in my life was when I wasn't relying on anyone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we do. You know, we use a partner or that as a crutch to deflect everything else going on in our lives. And it's so easy because it's so comforting, it's so simple. Relationships aren't simple, but it is simple to just shut off and then just go chill with your girl and eat and watch a movie and not think about all that shit, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's I think it's also a problem. I think it also it deters a lot of men from actually being successful because they settle for someone because they're trying to because they feel something for the first time, they get a little bit comfortable, and then they just relax,
Yeah.
you know, and then they just settle. And you know, as the years go by, and then you look at them and what they once were, and now, you know, they're overweight, they don't work out, they have an average job, they're doing just enough to get by so they could have dinner with their girl on the weekends, you know. And it's just like this simple, and I mean, like, if you are happy doing that, by all means, like, I'm not saying you can't do that, but I know there's a lot of guys that want more out of their life, and then they settle in a relationship because maybe that girl was like, you know, a comfort zone for that time period, and then they just stayed. And I feel like we do that a lot, and we rush into things that we don't even really think about. You know, we act so strongly on just emotions and short-term feelings versus, you know, what is life going to be like. And it's hard because, you know, we preach like, be present, right? Don't think about the future. Don't think about the past, but you have to, because it's like, all right, this works right now, but what is life going to be like in 6 to 8 months, in a year, 18 months down the road? You know, especially now we're in our late 20s, like, call it what it, like, women want marriage. They want to, you know, have a family. They want to have kids. They want all this stuff. And it's like, you have to ask yourself as the man, like, are you even ready for that type of woman? Are you ready to be able to provide and be the man of the household and do that if you don't even have your own shit figured out? Yeah. How can you, as a man, go and support a woman and try to start a family and build something when you haven't even figured your own shit out?
Right.
And you don't think about that in the moment because you're comfortable and you're happy and it feels good and someone finally likes you. So then you just act on that feeling. Right. But you have to put yourself in those shoes later down the road, because yes, a woman could make you go harder, but more often than not, a lot of the times, men settle and then they just relax because they're like, oh, I have a girl, you know, and that's the topic of conversation that comes up in family, you know, holidays and stuff like that. Oh, you have a girl, you know what I'm saying? You have a girlfriend yet? You know, this, that, you know, it's just like everyone gets in their 20s, 30s. We see it now. All our friends, everyone's just like, oh, it's time to get married, time to settle down with a girl, get married, and just do that. It's like, are you genuinely happy? Is this what you actually want to do? And I don't think people think about that. The divorce rate is over 50% in America right now. It can't be this. That can't be the answer all the time. You know, it can't. I mean, the stats show that it doesn't work more than 50% of the time. Yeah. More than a coin flip, it does not work.
Which is insane.
And then and that's the other thing. You can't get any of that time back. Right. You can't get any of that time, any of that money, those years back that you could have spent working on yourself to be ready for that moment. You gave it all away because you're being soft. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, I had a little bit of a weird, you know, past 5 days because and I had a weird moment with my girl because and I hate to speak so transparently about it because she's not here. And I want to, like, give her the respect of, like, you know, maybe if she was there, she could, you know, there could be a conversation about it and she listens to the pod. But I guess just in, like, my most authentic truth and to just act kind of graciously about it, you know, bro, I feel like the past month and a half, for whatever reason, my mental health hasn't been that good. And I look at, like, what am I doing different? And, I just, you know, one of the things I'm doing different is like this new girl here, you know, and I've certainly looked at the ways that I was using her, and I've been doing things that I know would fuck my mental health up. You know, I haven't been going to the gym. I haven't been eating healthy. I haven't been meditating. I haven't been reading. Small things, but things for me that like matter. You know what I'm saying? Like they really like, for someone that, unfortunately with me in my mind, it's very active. It's very on all the time. And it's very annoying living life that way. So there's a like baseline things that I do just to chill myself out. Call it my own like natural holistic medicine that I like to do, you know, and I haven't been doing it. And you know, women, I guess where would I be going with that? I guess I would just be going like, oh, and then now the past 5 days I'm back on my shit. Not even all the way. Call it 75%. But bro, I feel much better. I feel like much better. And I felt bad because my girl was like, yo, like, do I make you feel better? And I was like, no. And I felt good about it. Like letting her know almost, like, you can't make me feel good. I'm sorry. You can like, I can experience love with you. Like that's I think the point of relationships as well. You know, just to double down on that. Because she asked me, she said, why are you with me? I said, well, because I experience love with you. But I can't like take that. The problem with relationships is I experience so much love in the relationship, but I can't take it with me. You know, like she's the source of my love. When my girl leaves, the love is gone. When I leave, the love is gone. When I'm in the supermarket, not only is the love gone, but here's all the shit that I was putting off by hanging out with you. So it's like, it almost feels like there's, not only when I'm not with my girl, there's no love, there's like a tremendous amount of dread, actually. But I think that my case is a little bit, not everyone's like that. You know, my case is a little bit unique in the sense of I've just been dealing a little bit more lately. But I just know that about myself, especially with this girl, bro. Like this is someone I've dated 4 years ago. And the reason why we broke up 4 years ago was because I was so fucking attached to her that I just stopped doing me, and then the only thing I had left going for me in my life was her. And who wants to be in love with that? You know, because when she was the only thing that I had, I started having opinions about every single thing that she would do. And because she was the only thing I had, there was a million ways for me to get triggered by her. Oh, you dated this person. Oh, you wore that outfit. Or you know what I'm saying? Like everything about her, because I was so focused on her. You know, and now it's not like that. I've kind of leveled the playing field, you know? Like I have, yeah, I'm with you. But at the same time, I have this career. This career has 17 different aspects. I have a relationship with God. I hang out with my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I have all these different things now. Yeah, it's just a very, now I say all that to say that I love this girl. And I don't even think, you know, it makes sense to logically, I don't know. I mean, for me, bro, I'm just a body guy. I'm not like a mind guy. Like, I don't think it makes sense to logically pick apart why have a relationship. It's like, why have a relationship? Well, because I love you and I enjoy being with you. It's like, where else do we have to go? You know, she just told me, she's like, you know, that's not enough. I need you to come up with an answer. I was like, why? You know, like, why? Like, you know, and it's because she wants security. She wants more, you know, a deeper reason. But I'm like, what's a better reason than I love you and I want to be with you, you know? So I don't know, man. It's relationships are very weird, bro.
Yeah.
They're amazing though. They are amazing. Like they're very amazing, but they can just be such a crutch sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a, and I think that's also a misconception with relationships. Like, you think just because you're with someone and, you know, you're in love and she makes you happy that, like you said, all the other shit in your life doesn't matter anymore. And it almost makes it worse because when you try to deflect all the other things going on in your life and you're like, well, fuck it, I'm in a happy relationship, that relationship isn't going to be happy all the time. It's not going to be good all the time. So now if you haven't handled the shit that's actually going on in your life, in your business, in your personal life, the shit that you have to go to sleep with on your mind every single night, what happens when that relationship starts to get a little rocky? What happens when you guys are arguing and fighting and then, or that love dissipates a little bit? Now, like you said, you're left with nothing because you've put that's why you can't attach yourself to your partner. You can't put all your happiness in someone. And that's what I've done in the past, and I'm sure you have, and it just completely fucks you up because you're taking all your energy and you're putting it into someone, all your happiness, and that's the one thing that you could always fall back on. And when that thing walks out the door, you're left with nothing because you haven't watered, all the other plants in your garden because you just gave everything to that girl. And it's hard. And I mean, like what you were finishing on, we just think so differently, men and women just think so differently. And it's hard because our brains are just wired completely different. And like, if a girl wants reasoning and stuff and like questions and why do you feel this way, and sometimes it's hard for a man to articulate why he feels this way about you or why he wants to be with you. It's like, if you truly love him, just trust him. Like right. If he says I want to be with you, allow his actions to show you versus him trying to come up with words to make you feel better, because that's not, his words have nothing to do with how you feel about it. It's going to make you feel okay in the short term, but let his actions show you over time. And little things like that, like little petty shit can almost ruin a relationship, because now if a girl comes to a guy and now he feels like he can't give her the right answer, now he might start overthinking. He might start overthinking his answers or his words, or maybe he falls back. Like there's like this whole mind game when it's like, I think relationships, yes, they're hard, but I think they can be very simple if you truly understand the person. If you truly get to know the person that you're with and not try to change them. A lot of times we get into relationships and we try to immediately change the partner to fit how we want our partner to be in our life. And it's like, if you truly love that person, you really want to be with that person, accept their flaws and learn how to communicate and grow with the things that you guys don't like about each other. And then there has to be some level of acceptance. Don't try to change them, because if you try to change them, then that's not the person that you truly fell in love with in the first place. Yeah. You're trying to you're trying to set the potential or the future person that you want them to be. And you can't do that, because now you're going to change that person, and you might not even like them. You might not like them when they change to be the person that you want them to be, because people have an idea of what this person could be. But I mean, it's just, I think relationships can be very simple if it's just like communication, trust, and honesty. Like those are the three things that like I'll always say, like in the beginning, like, those are the three things that like I care most about. If you can't communicate with me, we can't be together. If I can't trust you, we can't be together. And if you're not going to be loyal, like when I'm not looking, and you're not going to always have my back, or you're not always going to do the right thing, then I can't be with you. And those are like three non-negotiables that I think is the foundation for a healthy relationship. All the extra shit that can come, you can learn, you can grow with it. But if you don't have trust, loyalty, and communication in a relationship, that shit will never work.
It's a fact.
Yeah. It'll never fucking work, bro. Because then, like you said, then you'll start picking shit apart, right? And now your anxiety's starting to go, because now you're thinking about, if she doesn't answer you in 3 hours, oh, she must be with a guy, or she must be doing this. You're going through her Instagram likes. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can that be a healthy relationship? And we have so much shit to worry about now with social media and all the men and women that are, in each other's DMs and stuff like that. How can you have a healthy relationship if every single time your girl goes out, you're fucking flipping out and texting her and checking her location, if you even have her fucking location, and then she posts a picture that might be a little seductive, and now you're going to go through the likes, and then you're going to see which guy liked it and who's following who,
Right.
you know, and if his profile's public, I'm going to see if she liked any of his pictures, you know.
Right.
I guarantee fucking hundreds, however many people are listening right now, I guarantee someone has done that. Guys do that shit all the time. And it's because there's no trust and there's no loyalty and then there's no communication. It's a very simple process, I think. And I mean, I haven't found it yet, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Do you think you'd be okay with never getting married?
I don't know. Not really. The idea of that sounds like it sucks, you know? Like I feel like that's an evolution of life that I feel like everyone should experience at some point, you know, the just marriage and having a family. And I was listening to Sal Vulcano from Impractical Jokers. He went on Theo's pod, and Theo just asked him, you know, what it was like having a kid. And I mean, you know, Sal's like an emotional guy, whatever, but like, I mean, bro, like he like broke down.
Yeah.
He was like, you know, bro, I battled fucking depression, this, that. I've had really fucking dark times. He was like, every time I look at my kid, I'm happy. And it's a new feeling of happiness. And like, he'd like start crying and getting emotional and shit, you know? And I mean, for some people, that's what it is. Nick Barada told us, like, bro, it's like the most craziest thing in the world, you know, having a kid, you know, and having a family. Not that marriage always stems with a kid, but that's what you think, you know, marriage, family, kid. I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like we all want that. But it has to be with the right person, you know? And that's, I think, what at least has steered me away from it, you know? The idea of it and not even trying to get anywhere close to it. Because, I mean, look at right now. How many of our friends are married and with kids and stuff like that and they're 27, 28, 29? Like, this is the time to do it. And I'm like, it's not even a thought. It's like never a thought in my, like, that crosses my mind. Like, that's what I need to focus on right now. Because I still have to figure my shit out because when that time comes, I want it to work. You know? I don't want to have to deal with that type of shit. Because, I mean, you think there's stress and pressure now? Of course there is. But I feel like that's a different type of fucking headache.
Very weird going against the grain at the age where everyone's already, like, found their grain.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think about that shit a lot.
Yeah.
That like, we do that.
Like, everyone already is well into their career now.
Yeah.
You know?
But doesn't that, like, I don't know, that would scare the shit out of me because it's like, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
It is it. That is it. Yeah, no.
You might get a raise, you know? You might get a bigger house.
Yeah.
But it's like, what is that? There's nothing to chase. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the whole part of life is like the chase. That's the fun part, you know?
It's a fact.
That shit is scary to me.
Nah, bro. I mean, obviously, I agree. I'm in it with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is crazy. Sometimes, like, I saw someone in the sauna that I haven't seen in a while, and I asked him what he was doing with his life, and I just expected him to be like a finance bro, and he said, I'm a copywriter. I was like, all right, that's interesting. I was like, what do you copyright for? He's like, ecom businesses. I go, ecom businesses? I was like, how the fuck you get into that? He's like, Money Twitter. I'm like, bro, what are you doing on Long Island, you know, on Money Twitter? You know, like, I forget that there are even other people our age around here that are also kind of going after something. I saw Xavier Molina yesterday at 7-Eleven, and he said to me, he's like, man, yeah, I see your shit all the time. Like, you know, I'm so happy to see someone from Huntington doing it. You know, I mean, I guess that means like someone from Huntington is like doing more than Huntington. I guess that, you know, is like making it or something. But yeah, it's just weird to live in like a passionless world. You know, it's like very weird to live in a place where people don't get after it. You know, like they're not fired up about, you know, or even like It's also weird to live in a world with ceilings. You know, just not the way I work, bro. Like I really want more out of life. You know, bro. Again, the first fucking clip that ever went viral for this podcast. I still believe, I still feel that way. I mean, the only like we're gonna feel those things, you know. But it just it's a very, I don't know, man. It's just very fucking, just makes me want to like, I don't know, fucking be alone or something. You know,
Yeah.
just makes me want to like not. I don't know. Just makes me want to like become friendly with my art and and like my talents and like like my skill sets. You know, I think that's some good advice for someone that can relate to what I'm saying about, you know, feeling alienated, feeling alone. It's like, good, bro. Go deeper. Become more alone. Like, do you know what your friends are? Fucking, you know, self-help podcasts, like books, you know, your skill set, like whatever it is that you're good at, like become the best at that. Like that's your friend, because that thing will treat you way better than anyone from your fucking town would. The people from your town, once you start doing something you actually want to do, are just going to throw you around in group chats and smile to your face. Why would you want to be friends with that? You know, it's better to be alone. You know, and I feel, bro, I like, but I know how hard it is, because, you know, some people are like, I feel tremendously blessed to have a lot of, you know, masculinity behind me, because I feel like that breeds enduring. But I just feel bad for the people that, you know, don't really know how to endure, because that's people can't, and that's why they settle. That's why the number is so high. I mean, bro, it's the numbers are high everywhere, and I really think a lot of it stems from settling.
Yeah. I had another one, and I mean, it really has to do with that as well. I mean, this quote actually, I mean, I'm not gonna say it changed my life, but
Change your life tonight.
it's I mean, I read it and I forgot even where I saw it. I think I saw someone post it on like an Instagram story. It was like a reel that someone reposted, and I screenshot it immediately. And it says, "Don't settle for something you know isn't God's plan for you just because you're tired of waiting." And I think that is a huge issue. We all know that we want more out of our life. If you really sit down and you write all the things you want out of your life that are truly obtainable, that you are truly capable of doing, if you give it your all.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think about the time frame that it might take to get there, and immediately people put that pen down, and then they stop. And they settle for an average life because they're just tired of waiting. So many people are just hurting, and they feel alone, and they're sad, and they're not happy. And they wake up every day and they're like, fuck, I have to go do another day. I really don't like where my life is at right now. So then they go into something that puts them in a comfort zone. And it's like, if you know deep down you have more to offer the world, and your purpose is greater than a 9-to-5 and an average life, and having nothing to look forward to or chase every day, I mean, you have to, like, that is your sign right there to not settle, you know? If you look within and you like, I don't have shit. And I don't believe that. I feel like everyone has something. There's something inside of everyone that you can be great at, that you can pursue, that will genuinely bring you happiness and joy and give you something to look forward to every single day when you wake up. But that's it, bro. I mean, like, I think that's what it is. People are just tired. People are just fucking tired, and they're hurting, and they just don't want to fight anymore. And that's a scary place to be, is when you feel like you have no fight left in you, and you settle for something that you know you're better than, and then you look back 10, 15, 20 years, and all you have left is regret, because you weren't able to endure that pain, or you weren't able to go against the grain, or you weren't able to do the things that might make you a little bit uncomfortable, and people that you know might laugh at you for it in the beginning. It's like everyone has that thing that they want to do, but they give up. I was thinking about that shit today, bro. I was just fucking mowing the lawn before I got here, and you know, I'm always thinking. My mind's always racing, bro. And I was just thinking about, because like I'm still thinking, you know, about the YouTube video. It's like on my mind and stuff like that, and I was just like, bro, like, I was like, me and you have been doing hard shit our whole fucking life. We're doing shit that if on paper it would be a joke, you know. Play fucking Division I football, play all over the country, playing college basketball, you know, trying to play professional sports as like average sized white guys, like really what it is. And, you know, but we endured that shit, you know what I'm saying? The pain, we like looked at it and we were like, fuck it, like I'm going to do this shit. And we did it to the best of our ability. And then we knew when it was time to move on to the next thing, but take those same characteristics and that same mindset and then apply it to something new. And I don't know. I just gained a little bit more respect for us because I'm just like, you know, I just see the people that, and it's not good to compare, but like I just see the people that I've grown up with and friends and people, even not friends, just whatever, you know, acquaintances. It's just like, I feel like nobody's trying to do like that hard of shit. And it's like, why would you live this life and not try to do something fucking amazing? What is the point?
No, I mean, bro, I mean, of course I fucking agree. You know, I mean, that's what we do. I just think the thing we both need to remember, or anyone in general that like sets out, you know, on a path of something that they want to do and maybe isn't there yet, it's like, bro, every single successful person in the world tells you about how much they miss the grind, like they miss the process, they miss the journey. You know, when I look back, bro, on all the hardest moments of my life, I end up, bro, I have such a tremendous, like, it's not even gratitude, bro. It's like almost like, you know, like how could you not want to go back? Because like, you know, these are the, you know, there comes a day where you do make it and you'll never experience these feelings again. And although like they suck, I mean, bro, just think about like what it did to our personalities. Like it made us so much better. Yeah. And bro, nobody can take that away from us. And that's only, you know, that's something you can only build from pain. You know, pain is the most beautiful teacher in the world. Like it is a, you know, like it's, I mean, it's poetic, you know, because, you know, on the other side of pain is pleasure, and, you know, usually pain comes from the stripping of pleasure, or, you know, something not going your way, or just I guess just like the elusiveness of the things that you want. You know, there's always another plan. God's always like, no. So, yeah, I mean, I just think, I don't know. I'm proud of us too. Obviously, bro. I'm proud of us too. And I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I it's hard because, you know, pain and, you know, they say, you know, on the other side of fear is greatness, and I've been even dealing with that right now, and I've like tried to put myself in other people's shoes and see that, right? Because like I've been hesitant to start a YouTube and do stuff like that because I'm like, all right, what if the video flops, or like what if it's not good, you know, and stuff like that, and then there is this, you know, misconception, especially on the internet with content and stuff like that. You know, I get it, like doing something is always better than doing nothing, but I feel like it has to come to some level of doing something the right way, you know, because I think a lot of people, one, they don't start something because they have that fear of failure, they have that fear of judgment, and they don't want that embarrassment of themselves, or even to look at themselves. They don't want that judgment of them, you know, to judge their self.
Yeah.
You know, not only judgment from other people, but that's one thing. get over that. But it's hard when you set out to do something and you fail, and you didn't fail because anyone else let you down. You failed because you let yourself down.
Mm-hmm.
And in those moments, there's so many lessons and things that you can take, but you have to be aware enough to be able to see that for what it is, and then apply those failures, right, and those mishaps, and move forward with it.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing is, a lot of people expect results when the product isn't good.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. Like, there's a misconception with like doing something's better than doing nothing. Like, yes, that's true, but to an extent. Like, if you post 1,000 bullshit pieces of content on the internet, it's not going to work. If you go and do an average sales phone call, you're probably not going to close any deals. Like, there has to be some level of greatness in what you're doing to be ready for it to work. And I think that's just like, it's just like a conglomerate of things that make people hesitant to start something. Because I've felt it, over the past couple of weeks, once this like idea sparked, and it's very easy to listen to those negative thoughts versus, all right, well, if I actually do this thing and say it doesn't work, I'll learn a lot, I'll grow from it, and then I'll get better. But those negative thoughts, they just creep in and then they just settle, and it's so easy to listen to them.
Yeah, bro, I've just been trying to like completely remove myself from the thoughts, because I've just listened to my thoughts enough to like understand that like they're just so random, and like it's very rare that like I have that a thought means anything to me anymore, because usually it's just negative. So like if I'm sitting here listening to my thoughts all day, I would do nothing. I would just lay in bed. Yeah, because like, bro, my thoughts are like, I don't know, bro, it's like a scared mom. Maybe it's like the fear that my mom put in me or something. But bro, my thoughts just tell me like the world is big and scary, and you're probably not good enough, and things probably won't work out. So why do anything? So I just try to, like, my hack to the game is action. Just like, bro, take action. Like even today, like, bro, I did not want to go for a fucking run today, bro. I did not want to go for a run, but I went, and bro, somewhere along the line, it was like, it was an amazing run, and that just set the tone for the day. The rest of the day was amazing because I decided not to listen to my thoughts. So I would say for you and anyone else, like, bro, yeah, of course, bro, like, what, like, listen, I was saying this on my run today. When people decide to do something different in their life, you can't expect to be good immediately. Like, I even heard, like, there was someone said this the other day, Alex Ramosi was saying, like, bro, your first business isn't to earn, it's to get good. So I would say, like, for you or anyone else that's starting something new, it's not about earning from the thing, it's about getting good. And, and then one transfer over to make it like a little bit more personal and less about like YouTube videos or just like skill sets. I think, bro, there's a level of character. Like when you say you want to do something new in life, you have to become a completely different person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's about like psyching yourself up and getting fired up and like attending workshops and seminars, whatever. I think it's about like you literally have to change your entire character to do anything great in life. I think, bro, quitting smoking, or I don't know, like doing something that's so monumental can be as easy as like I just don't smoke anymore. Like, and I'm not saying that's an easy shift, but I've personally seen, for me, I get questions all the time about like, how do you do these things? And it's like, because I'm the type of guy that does those things. That's who I am. You can't do them because you're not that type of person, but like you can become that type of person. But that's like the beauty of pain. What I said before, like pain is the thing that like forges you into this beautiful, chaotic I don't know, bro, piece of just like you're like this, because that's the other thing about pain is that it's so unique to you. You know, bro, like when you look at your body, like I don't know, maybe this is a practice, like bro, like look in the mirror and like you really like look at you and don't just look at like how you look, like look at every single thing about you. Look at all your accomplishments, all your relationships, all your pain, all your struggling, all the suffering. It's like, bro, like we are the only two people in the world to like have that experience. And I guess I just say all that to say that like, you know, for you, it's probably not about making YouTube videos. It's about, you know, becoming like a creator.
Yeah.
You know, like really becoming a creator. And, you know, I think for anyone else as well, you know, it's not about doing something. It's about becoming the person that does those things.
Yeah. Yeah. It's willpower, you know, every single thing you want to do in your life, like you have a choice.
Yeah.
You know, people act like they don't have a choice to do something.
Yeah.
You know, and really sit there and think, like, before you do something, you know, is this good or is this bad? Can I do this? Can I not do this? You know, and we all have a choice, and it's just so easy to go the other way. You know, when that alarm rings at 6 a.m., 5 a.m., you told yourself the night before, I'm going to get up early. You have a choice. Get up or hit snooze.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, bro, like there's a difference, like bro, like there, like hard has a difference, and obviously, bro, like everybody has a different type of hard. But like, bro, my girlfriend's in law school right now, and she's studying for the bar, and that's fucking hard, bro. Like Navy SEALs, Hell Week, Buds, that shit is hard. You know, bro, creating a YouTube video is actually fun, really. You know, maybe the learning, right, like or maybe like the seeing 0 views isn't fun, you know, on it, but like it's, you have to like, you know, it's like sometimes, bro, you don't have to put so much energy into a decision when you could just do the thing, you know, like sometimes, bro, the time spent, you know, overthinking something is the very thing that'll make you not do it. You know, and I just think that's a shame too, bro. Like a lot of people, you know, they never find that thing because, you know, you're constantly trying to overanalyze, bro. I hate this thing. I'm really not much of a thinker these days, bro. I'm just more of a feeler and a doer. You know, I just like, and it's a weird way of life like that. You know, because it's like I wake up and I don't have too much structure. I wish I had more. But, you know, sometimes, bro, because I'm in this state of, I don't know, even chaos, like something really beautiful stems from it. And you know, one piece of advice for, you know, everyone listening, and, you know, not about you, but just like, you just have to be yourself, man. Like, I think the best thing you could ever do in life is just double down on, like, being you. I think in that you-ness is the gift. I think, bro, if someone is hurting, you know, like if somebody doesn't know their purpose or they don't know their career, look at like what's something that like you went through, like genuinely, like what's something that like you know that you went through, and start there. You know, I don't know. I think that it's hard. I think that it's hard to find your purpose, but not because we don't know how to find our purpose, but because the way we grew up, like we grew up in a purposeless world. We grew up in a world where, you know, we were, like purpose wasn't rewarded, you know, like filmmaking is my purpose, right? Where did that exist in high school? I don't think there was a filmmaking elective. And like, was the jock on the football team going to take the filmmaking elective class? I don't know. It took me having fucking anxiety, you know, later in life to, you know, have fucking panic attacks and come across videos and then want to make videos and then fall in love with the skill. But, You know, so like on one token, it's like I feel bad for people because like I know why you don't have a purpose, and it's because we live in a purposeless world. But on the other token, you just have to like one day say, you know what, bro, fuck it. Everything fucking sucks. Life sucks. The truth of the matter right now, bro, is like for as like life is way worse to me than it is good to me. Like, I can be genuinely honest. Like, things normally don't work in my favor. Sometimes they do. And sometimes they do in a major way. But I'm just talking about, like, my day-to-day. It's not that exciting. I'm constantly bored. I'm constantly alone. I constantly feel insecure. My mind is crazy. There's all these things about me. But I don't not want to be here. I love life still. So it's like you get to a place where it's like, okay, what am I going to do about all of it? You know, like I have to do something. And like, I think that's part of what being a human is. It's like, all right, like here's all this shit that I don't like. But you know what? I can do something about it. And, yeah, you know, and just in terms of, you know, of, I think it's much better to be actively pursuing finding purpose than just conceding and just letting go of it completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, it's really what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so easy to think about, you know, your life circumstances and all the shit that didn't go your way and then just concede to it, you know, and just, you know, accept it. All right, well, this is it. Like, these are the cards I was dealt. And it's like, you do have a choice to change that shit. You know, we all have the power to change that shit. And everyone, I get it. You know, people's circumstances, financially, family, you know, wherever you're from, it's all different, you know. But, I mean, if you're sitting here on YouTube, watching on your iPhone or your MacBook or your TV, like, you're probably in a position that you can change it. You know, you're not, I mean, you know, in the Middle East right now dealing with, you know, you're not one of those kids, you know, their problems are a lot different. You know, I think that like we think our problems, you know, sometimes are worse than they are too. And we think that we can't change them, you know, and it's like these are like minuscule, like little fixes that you can really get over and then do something about them that will make you feel 100 times better. But it's easy to just concede to them. And then it goes back to what we spoke about earlier, because it all wraps back around to, all right, well, once you concede to your life circumstances and you don't take action, well, then you settle.
Yeah.
You know, and then you find a girl, and then you get into a relationship, and you're not that happy, and then you get the job, and it's just this, it's life cycle. And I guarantee, I mean, I don't know, that would probably be like a cool fucking piece of content of just like going around, I don't know, New York, Miami, whatever, and finding like the average like middle-aged man, you know, and just asking him, you know, like, are you happy? Like, did you do everything you could have done with your life? You could ask women too, you know, whatever. But I mean, like, we can speak more for men. We're obviously men.
That should be a YouTube video.
Yeah, like that's, you know.
That's a great video. I asked 1,000 men, middle-aged men, are they happy?
Yeah.
Viral.
Or like, where, you know, and where did you go wrong in your life?
Yeah.
You know, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee there's going to be a lot of answers like, yo, I settled, you know.
Straight up. Because men are honest.
Yeah.
That's one thing about men. Like, you ask a bunch of women that, yeah, fucking that's my bad bitch season. You know, but like men are honest, bro.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, and you know it instantly too.
Yeah.
And I'll count that as they're not happy, you know? Like, bro, the answer that I get, because I get it all the fucking time. I saw X last night. Nothing against him, you know, and I love him, and I'm going to fucking go ride a motorcycle with him this week. But I'm just saying, like, he gave me the same answer that every single other person gives me when I say, how are you? Oh, you know, day by day. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Oh, you know, day by, like, what is that even I'm not expecting, I don't know. It's just weird, man. Like the energy of that statement, or, you know, oh, same shit, you know, I'm just like,
that's the answer I give because
it.
I don't want to have to explain, because I know like you're not even going to get it.
Right.
You know,
right.
Same shit, you know, I give that, you know, but like people give the same shit answer because like that's literally the answer.
Right.
you know? Because I tried the people ask how you're doing. And you start
You're
talking,
doing
and then you
this,
could tell
you're in
they
it-
lose
you're in
interest
it forever.
immediately.
Yeah, right.
You know, they lose interest. Oh, he's actually doing something? I don't want to fucking hear this.
I just say I'm crazy these days, bro. How are you? I'm crazy. I'm insane. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. This shit is crazy, bro. Like, that's the one drawback, man, of like the following your dreams is that like you really do have to like be starving artist for a little bit. You know, for a lot of it, probably. Hopefully, not as long as us. Although it hasn't been that long.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, but I guess I would also say we were following our purpose, like we were following our passion of basketball and football when we could have been like, you know, really preparing for the career. So I'd probably extend it a little bit more. Yeah, but fuck, man. But yeah, nah, bro. You need bro, like we just need more like I don't know. I was going to say like people need more community, you know, I'm sure. But yeah, fuck that. We don't go into that, bro.
Yeah, no, community helps. I mean, bro,
Yeah.
I mean, it really just, bro, you just need something to look forward to in life.
Yeah.
You know, you need to wake up and look forward to something.
Yep.
It's hard to live every single day waking up knowing you have nothing to look forward to. And when you do that for a long enough period of time, I mean, you're gonna get tired of it. You know, you're gonna be like, why am I even here? And then people can get to that point. Like, would my life be better like if I just wasn't here? You know, if I didn't have to do this shit anymore? It is draining. That shit gets draining. We've all been there, where you wake up and you're like, there's nothing on my plate today that genuinely fires me up. There's nothing that I want to do today that, you know, there's just nothing. You know, it's a whole bunch of nothing, and you have to go and find that thing that makes you wake up in the morning, and you're like, all right, well, you know, I get to attack this, I get to look forward to this, I get to get better at this, because, I mean, that's just it's a place where a lot of people are at, and I mean, it's not a good place to be.
Yep.
You know, it's not a good place to be.
Well, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, right at an hour. So
There we go.
what was
Let
this?
us know if you like the old school, the two men. I thought it was good. I like
Yeah.
it.
No,
I liked
it was good.
Yeah, we didn't even get crazy with the drink or anything like that.
No drink, coconut
No
water.
drink. Yeah, chilling.
You know where it is. Yeah, I think this is episode 119. So here we go. See you on the next ep.